So we work with data. The lessons today is about two different things that we can do with data. We can do sorting. That seems like an obvious thing to do with data. And the other thing we can do is searching. So if we go to the data tab, we can find the sort and the filter. The sort, as you might guess, will work with sorting data. But before you actually do anything with the data, you actually want to highlight the data that you're going to work with. I think I've got this sharers. I hope you can all see this. Yeah, I got a green. Am I sharing this? Yes, I think so. So if you highlight the data that you want and then go to the sort drop down menu, and then you'll be given some options here. You can, from this drop down menu, you can add your sort. So what you're going to do is you're going to build up sorts. You can have multiple sorts, or you can just have one. Let's start with one sort. You have to choose which column in the table that you've highlighted you want to sort on. So in the first example, maybe you want to sort on their grade, and you've got options on how you want to sort. You can sort from largest to smallest, or smallest to largest. Let's just sort from largest to smallest. And watch what happens over here. So you see that the grades are all mixed up. And when I go to sort that, you see that now they're sorted from the biggest grade down to the smallest grade. Now I can go back and edit that sort a bit, add another sort to it. So notice that one sort's going to happen and then another one after it. So it's going to be sorted by grade, and then within the grade, we'll sort them by their name. And again, we're going to do it from the biggest to the smallest. And watch what happens over here. So we still, this sorted by grade is going to stay there, but we're going to sort also within each grade. So now we've got all the grade 9 students first, and we've got them sorted by their name in reverse order. And so from the biggest to the smallest, or from the largest in the alphabet, P, in this case, to A. And then the Susanna, she starts there in grade 8. So that's what's happening there. You did do another sort on the other little table, but create a sort for the additional information. It's just the same kind of idea. So you could sort on another table within the same document, and you could sort on there, what was it, on the counselor? And again, it could be in any order. If you watch what happens down here, you'll see that it does change order so that they're in order of the, by counselor name. So that's why it's Hernandez first, and then Leslie, Patel, and Stone. I hope that makes sense. Let's see if we got anybody in the waiting room. Nope, I think everybody's in. Any questions on that? That was sorting. Sorting, kind of cool. As I said, I would call this a database function, and that's why we use a data tab for it. And we're using this sort drop-down menu. I hope that's fairly straightforward. Now, the other exercise that we were going to do is this one on searching, filtering. And so what we do with the filtering is we actually reduce the output to meet a certain requirement. So that's kind of like what a filter would be. Thanks, Ibrahim. And so we've got this data, but we might say, well, we like that data, but we only want a subset of that data. We want to get, for example, maybe only the records. So I'm going to try and highlight the entire table. So I'll click on that. I'm holding down my left button and dragging with my right button. And so I've got the entire table highlighted, so I can go to data and get the filter. Now, when I click the filter, please watch what happens here in the headings of that table. You see that now we have these little drop-down buttons, and that's where we can put our filters. And so let's put a filter. Let's say, okay, well, I want only the customer. I don't want to select all of them. I only want Barnes. And then I get only Barnes. And that I can take this off by clicking again on the select all, and now I got all the customers again. So it's easy. Did you notice that the drop down button changed from drop down to a filter. Now we can do multiple things. Let's say I want to get all the books, all the clothing, all the jewelry, but I don't want electronics, instruments, or sporting goods. And so this is now limited to just books, clothing, and jewelry. Let's say I want only the ones that are in 2015. So I take off the select all and clicked on just 2015. Let's say that I only want things in the description. I'm going to do a search with a word. Well, what tennis? Oh no, tennis is very small. Stars. Gold. Let's see. Only things that are gold. And well, there's only one thing that's gold. So do you notice what's happening here is that I have actually built up three. I hope I'm recording this. Yes, I am. I've built up three filters on the same database, and now we've got it narrowed down. And you could say that what we've got here happening is only the things where there's gold in the name of the item description, where the type of what is it? The type must be jewelry. I haven't done anything with the loan amount, and where the deadline is in 2015. Now with we were able to do in the item description here, we had a search where we actually used the search field. Was it this? Yes, I actually used the word gold, and it showed up with only that. There was one other thing that we had to do something with numbers. So I'm going to undo all of these again by selecting all, and so that undoes the filter. That gives you no filter once you select all. But I'm going to get, oh, there must be some filter on there. Yeah, there's one left. So, because I could see that we didn't have the full database. So I'm going to do a filter where we're going to do something with the number. In this case, you do something here with the number filters, and you got lots of choices. You can have equality. You can have non-equality, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, between. Between's kind of cool. We didn't try that, right? Above average, top 10. Let's try between. So we're going to do two numbers. So let's try between 100 and 250. This is not in your exercise that you have to do, but it could be, right? So we got all the things between. In your exercise that you have to do, I think it was a greater than or equal to, but I'm sure that you could see how to do that very easily. If not, it's in the video that I gave you. So I think I've covered everything there. We did the sort, and so you saw the sort in the previous worksheet. That was I hope that was clear. And then here we have the filtering. So I'm just going to wait now and see if there's any. I'm going to pause.